Hi guys, it's Rae. Today we are starting a new tumbler. I am going to do a 3-color ombre. Feeling pretty bold today, you know, I nailed those 2 colors, so why not go for 3, right? So, I'm going to do, I sprayed pink, red, and orange, so I'm going to do strawberry wine, pure red, and my jack-o'-lantern orange from It's Pretty Personal. But I'm going to use the epoxy method to do my ombre. So I'm going to get a little epoxy on this. And for the epoxy method, you only need like the tiniest bit. So obviously I have that mixed up for other cups. Whoops, I'm dripping on my table. So you just spread that as thin as humanly possible. I know you guys have seen this before, and I usually come in on these after the epoxy's already on, but I figured for newer viewers it was a good review. So, probably when all is said and done with what I dripped on my table, this will be about 2 mLs total. Make sure you have full coverage. And this happens to be KS Resin Liquidy Split Ultra UV because that's what I'm using on some other cups. So I'm going to go get those other cups coated and I will be back for the glitter. I'm just going to let this sit upright on a holder until then. Okay, I am ready to start with my glitter. So I'm going to start this one in the center with the red. Just going to kind of give it a band of red. Doesn't have to be perfect at this point. I'm going to come in and do the same at the bottom with the orange. Not really looking to overlap just yet. It's going to be a little harder for me to coat the bottom because I don't want to tilt the cup up yet. So, make sure I get good full coverage. Bottom's pretty good there. Okay. And one more time with my pink. This one's holographic compared to the others. So I'm actually not sure I want to use that color. Give me 1 second. Alright, I switched that out to Pomegranate Punch, which is the one I had thought I'd grabbed in the first place, but clearly had not. And same thing, I'm going to start with just a band. And this one I am going to kind of waterfall down just a little bit. I'm going to try not to get down into the orange. And by waterfall I mean tilt the cup and let some of that excess glitter roll into the wet. Okay, so I'm going to pause you. I'm going to clean up all of my excess glitters before I start mixing, because after they start mixing on the paper I won't be able to save them, but right now they are savable. Okay, so I'm going to come back into my red, and I'm going to waterfall the opposite direction. I'm going to bring my pomegranate back in, and again, go down. I'm just going to kind of work back and forth until I've got full coverage. Kind of sprinkling from high at this point. I'm just going to run that red right over the seam now. So there's my top ombre. It actually looks really, really good. So I am done with the pomegranate, and I'm going to come back in with my jack-o'-lantern. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom half. It's a little harder doing these under the camera because I can't tilt it up quite as high, but yeah. It's just kind of an awkward angle. And I'm going to do the same thing down over the red. This red comes out really fast compared to the other colors. Must be slightly finer. So, there you go, my 3-tone ombre. This is going to get some kind of simple summer saying, you know, the sunrise, sunburn, sunset, repeat type thing, or sunshine mixed with a little bit of hurricane, or one of those. But, that is all. I do wish a little bit more red had stuck through here, but it's really not bad. I'm pretty pleased, so, and I am not often pleased with my ombres. I'm going to get a little bit more orange on this bottom lip, see if it'll stick. Sometimes I later come back and see a bare spot, but I got her now. So, this can sit from anywhere from an hour until tomorrow. because it's the fast set before I come in and put another coat of resin on it. So I may get that get to that today, and it might be tomorrow, but yeah, there we go. I'm not dumping this out. I'm putting it in my dump jar. I figured I'd show you my dump jar because I don't think you've seen it in a while. But this is over 3 years of collecting excess glitter. Someday I'm going to put this on a cup. I'm thinking some type of peekaboo or something. But I have it in a pretty old Atlas jar, just because it looks nice on the shelf like that. So, I don't waste a ton of glitter. Like I said, this is 3 years worth. So, more than, actually, now. Probably closer to 4. Because a lot of the time my mixes, I'll put in these little containers and use them for something else, molds and whatnot. So, if I have enough to be worth saving separately. But I decided to show you my dump jar, and this just sits on my shelf. Okay, we are going to get a coat of epoxy on this. It is the next day. I have 30 mLs of chaos resin liquidy split mixed up, and I may transfer a little bit of glitter because I didn't seal this one. I don't generally, when I've done the epoxy method, seal, so the only thing that might move is, yep, some of this red from the very top, but I'm gonna be okay with that. Okay, I am ready to get the decal on this. I cut my decal, Sunrise, Sunburn, Sunset, Repeat, from an opal holographic, and then I layered it over white for the offset so the holographic would pop. Goodness. All right, so this sheet was from that holographic pack from HIIPOO that I got way back that I bought. So I bought it from Amazon. I will link it down below. It had a ton of great colors in it, and I just thought this color would work great on this combination of cup color. So I'm going to get this over to the turner. We'll get some epoxy on it and we'll finish her up. Okay, so I am ready to get the resin on this one. Okay, so I did end up with enough to coat one more cup, so I just ran down and did that quick, and now I have my gloves off so I can bring you down for a close-up. Now you can really see that shift as this comes across. It pulls like tons of color, but there's that gorgeous ombre. Watch that come across one more time. It looks more purple on the screen, I think, but it really does pick up like a full array of colors. So that is it. The bottom is just orange, and there we go. So that is it for this one. Thank you for watching. Please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't. And stay tuned to see what comes next. And if you have anything you want to see, throw it out there in the comments and leave me a suggestion. Alrighty, thank you.